Night for one Twin Cities resident leads to the arrests of two high schoolers when police say the suspects were making.
But first,
any budget cut. It's the people that receive those services who are the people that have the need that are most impacted by that.
State budget cuts could affect local organizations' ability to detect and treat cancer.
Taking action for you. This is WMBD 31 News at 5.
Good evening. Some say an effort to save the state money could cost lives. That's as cancer prevention funds could be dramatically reduced for some of the poorest residents.
Illinois has a program that provides low-income women with breast and cervical cancer screening, but it stands to lose several $1 million if enough lawmakers pass the proposed budget. WMBD's Hannah Hilliard found out just how much that funding means to the program and is with us now. Hannah, how significant of a cut is this?
Well, Paul and Evelyn, the Illinois Breast and Cervical Cancer Program usually receives $13.8 million from the state, but the proposed budget in Springfield cuts that down to just $4 million, hurting those who need it most. A 71% budget cut. That could become a reality for the Illinois Breast and Cervical Cancer Program.
This has always been a safety net. You know, it is one of those programs that was there for those uninsured women.
The IBCCP helps those uninsured and underinsured women receive early screenings and treatments, but maybe not for long.
In any budget cut, it's the people that receive those services who are the people that have the need that are most impacted by that.
The local organization impacted most is the Heartland Community Health Clinic. They use the IBCCP to help serve the nearly 400 women who need it in the Peoria area.
We're trying to make this as easy as possible and detect this as early as possible so that women have as many options to get treatment as they have.
But the proposed budget cut is making it harder on them to do just that.
Could potentially mean that some of the staff are cut or hopefully reassigned to other areas. But the impact is really going to be on the women that we serve in the community here.
And if these budget cuts go through, those women who slip through the cracks may prolong screenings and treatments. And some are worried all the progress made in the past decade may stop.
We know that it saves lives, and we just don't want to do any backtracking and lose that ground that we've made.
But those close to the issue hope it doesn't come to that.
It's a program that doesn't cost a lot. We think it has tremendous value, and we hope it stays in the budget.
Now, with the budget cuts, the IBCCP will only be able to serve half the number of people it currently serves. The Affordable Care Act, along with the state expanding Medicaid, has lightened the load a bit for them, but doesn't fill the gap completely. Paul?
Thanks, Hannah. Peoria police are investigating an afternoon shooting that sent one person to the hospital. Officers responded to a report of a man shot and found him in the 300 block of East Archer with at least one gunshot injury to his leg. He is expected to be okay. About a mile away in the 1100 block of West Nowlin, police searched for more evidence, walking through the area with a canine. Witnesses tell WMBD they saw police handcuff at least one person. No word yet if that was in connection with the shooting. We'll bring you more information when we get it.
A Peoria school was put on lockdown this afternoon. Shots were reportedly fired in the area around Franklin Primary around 1:40. Only employees and police were allowed to go in and out of the school during that time, and everyone stays out of the hallways. The police say they took two people into custody. One of them had a gun, but they were not around the school and no one was hurt. Officers cleared the scene a little after 2 and the lockdown was lifted.
Two Normal Community High School students are in custody accused of placing homemade bombs inside a home. Police say around midnight back on February 17th, a homeowner in Northeast Normal called them after hearing two loud bangs inside of his house. Authorities believe it's because someone had set off a homemade explosive. Officers on scene quickly made contact with the suspects and made the arrests. Those individuals arrested have now been identified as Brady Quackenbush and Dwayne Farrington. Police say the situation could have been even more dangerous.
As you can imagine, was very loud. It also created some damage to the residents there, whether it be to the interior of the house. So there was some damage there, and that was also a factor in making the arrest.
The students are charged with criminal trespassing and reckless conduct, but that investigation is ongoing.
Meanwhile, a pair of Bloomington teenagers is now in police custody after breaking into a home early this morning. Police received a call from a homeowner in the 2400 block of Timberview around 2 o'clock this morning. A resident told police they heard male voices and saw shadows moving across the floor. Police set a perimeter around the house, the outside of the house, and were able to catch the two leaving. They are now in the McLean County Juvenile Detention Center.
French officials say they do not believe terrorists brought down a commercial jet in the French Alps. Investigators have started analyzing the plane's voice data recorder, hoping it will reveal why the Airbus crashed Tuesday, killing all 150 people on board, including 3 Americans.
It's a very shocking situation.
Recovery teams say retrieving the bodies is the first priority, but it could take days because the plane crashed in extremely steep terrain. Officials also caution identifying victims will be difficult. The plane's cockpit voice recorder has been found damaged, but still believed to be useful. One critical question remaining: why the Germanwings jet stayed at cruising altitude for only a minute before taking a steep 8-minute descent with no distress call.
Don't yet know what the first link in this causal chain of events was that started this crisis.
The French president says the casing for the plane's second black box has been found, but not the box itself. 2 of the American passengers have been identified as a U.S. government contractor from Virginia and her daughter. And in a story we've been following for you, an attorney for Bo Bergdahl says the Army sergeant will be charged with desertion and misbehavior before the enemy. Bergdahl went missing in 2009 when he left his base in eastern Afghanistan. The circumstances of Bergdahl's departure remain a mystery. Some members of his platoon criticized him, labeling him a deserter. Bergdahl was held by the Taliban for 5 years before being released as part of a prisoner swap in 2014. Bergdahl is currently on active duty, working an administrative job in Texas.
Day 13 of the Boston Marathon bombing trial focused on testimony from FBI agents who found and processed evidence from Dzhokhar Tsarnaev's home and dorm room. Investigators confiscated anything he and his older brother Tamerlan could have used to make a bomb. FBI Special Agent Kimberly Franks recovered a large fireworks device, a box of BBs, and packaging for a BB gun. Prosecutors believe the defendant played a key role in the deadly 2013 attack, but the defense claims his late brother Tamerlan was the criminal mastermind.
Construction on the new terminal at Peoria International Airport right on schedule. The airport's board members got a progress report today. PIA's director says the $9 million project is on track and should be completed by spring of 2016. While the board was meeting, it did authorize a parking lot expansion, which would add about 250 spots. No timeline yet, but they hope the new lot is finished this fall.
Well, the River City is stepping up its social media game. If you follow the city on Twitter, you may have noticed a lot of tweets last night. That's because the city's communications specialist, Stacy Peterson, decided to live tweet the city council meeting. It's all part of the city's effort to reach more residents and inform people about what's going on in their city. And they're doing so by being more active on both Twitter and Facebook.
It's a great way for the city to take some of the information that might seem a little bit intimidating, like a council agenda, and break it down or make it more applicable to people in their daily lives.
The city is able to answer questions people might have right through social media pages. And since they stepped up their game, the city has seen an increase in retweets and shares and even doubled their Facebook likes.
Here's what's still ahead on WMBD 31 News at 5.
How a new FDA-approved device can prevent strokes in heart patients. I'm Chris Van Cleve in New York. Details coming up.
And we're dry for most of the day today, but we have more showers on the way tonight. I'll tell you when things look a little bit nicer in your full forecast after the break.
Avanti's is introducing a new menu for your dining pleasure. The Chicken Italiano sandwich and the Pasta Italiano entree. Both meet Avanti's high standards for quality and taste. Find your favorite food at avantispeoria.com.
You know, I get asked all the time, why should I lease? Well, how about the fact you'll never be upside down on your trade again? Or the fact you'll only pay tax on what you use. So how about a 2015 double cab Silverado 4x4 for just $380 a month? Or a crew cab Silverado 4x4 for just $465 a month? Now, maybe a truck isn't your style, so you want to do a 2015 Equinox for just $169 a month. And of course you still get the Green's Goods package, car washes, and so much more. You've got to go green.
They say good fences make good neighbors, but adding a fence to your home can do so much more. It can be an instant facelift to your property, adding curb appeal, increasing the value of your home, and providing you with a sense of security. For 4 generations, Security Fence Company has provided custom fence services for Central Illinois. Our friendly professional designers can take your vision and make it a reality. Whether you go with wood, vinyl, ornamental, or aluminum, contact Security Fence Company today for a fence that makes sense.
You won't miss a moment of March basketball action at the Bullpen Bar and Grill. Cool drinks and hot food specialties. Sure to score points with your entire crew. The Bullpen Bar and Grill. All the games, all the time.
How do you do the really big jobs around your home? Like most of us, you do them with some pretty small engines. At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we understand. That's why your perfect summer starts here at our Small Engine Service Center, where we do repairs right in the store by factory-trained experts on site, not some other repair shop. So repairs are done fast and right the first time. That's genuine value from Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
WMBD 31 News is brought to you by Nissan. Shop ChooseNissan.com.
More excitement, more adventure, more tunes, more versatility. America's most exciting lineup is at your local Nissan store now. And now's the best time to get yours.
Choose from 14 models with 0% APR financing for up to 60 months. Or lease the 38 MPG Highway Altima, just $189 per month.
Get to Nissan now. Hurry, event ends March 31st.
Shop ChooseNissan.com. Innovation that excites.
The Storm Tracker Skycam Network, brought to you by Barker Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. Now, your local weather authority.
WMBD 31 meteorologist Rachel Kay.
It might not feel very spring-like out there, but you know it's spring when we've got thunderstorms on the radar. To our south, luckily these are staying to our south, we've got a line of actually some severe warned thunderstorms. There's actually a tornado warning on there in northwest Arkansas right now. A little bit of rain further north, and that's going to be what's mainly going to affect us here in central Illinois as we go throughout the night tonight. You can see that working its way in our direction, but still pretty overcast here in central Illinois, and the cloud cover isn't going anywhere, at least for the night tonight. You can see Storm Tracker, or Future Track rather, having a couple of pop-up showers, but really it's not until about 9, maybe 10 p.m. that we'll start to see the main line of rain start to work its way through central Illinois. Some of us will stay dry. This is mainly going to affect our southern and our eastern counties. You can see it working its way through in the overnight hours. Very similar to what we saw last night. We will wake up tomorrow morning looking nice and dry. You can see here we are around 6 a.m. That cloud cover is still sticking around, but Future Track actually has the cloud cover working its way out pretty quickly as we go throughout the day tomorrow. I don't think many of us would complain about a little bit more sunshine, although I think that the cloud cover might stick around a little bit longer than Future Track is showing, but hopefully that will be gone soon. You can see pretty overcast on our KBL Design Center Skycam. I think a lot of us are getting sick of seeing this cloud cover really bringing us down around here, keeping our temperatures cooler as well. 45 degrees at the Peoria Airport right now, winds coming from the northwest at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Those winds are coming from the north because we're on the other side of a cold front now. That means our temperatures will be a little bit cooler as we head throughout the next couple of days. Overnight, we'll see the scattered showers. They'll work their way out by tomorrow morning. We'll wake up dry, but with temperatures in the mid-30s. Tomorrow, we'll start off with relatively calm winds, but they'll pick up again as we go throughout the day. You can see here we are tomorrow afternoon around 4 or 5. That's kind of when we'll see peak winds. They'll be pretty strong coming from the northwest at 15 to 20 miles per hour. The good news is we'll start to be a little bit clearer, at least as we go throughout the afternoon hours. That sunshine coming back out. Highs tomorrow in the mid-40s. As we look into the weekend, never too early to look forward to the weekend. Hopefully mostly sunny skies for us on Friday and Saturday. Friday, though, pretty cool out there. We're going to have highs only in the upper 30s. On Saturday, we'll hit the low 40s. Should be calm winds, at least for us, as we head into the weekend. Here's a look at your full 8-day outlook. On Sunday, looks like we might have another chance of some showers working their way in our direction, but a little bit warmer. We'll hit the 50s again, and heading into next week, I think we'll see some more spring-like weather coming back, or at least the nice spring weather that we're looking forward to. But really, it's been kind of a roller coaster, and I got to talk about all kinds of weather, including the thunderstorms that we're seeing heading into the spring season with the 3rd grade kids at St. Philhelmina Grade School. This was Mrs. Fair's and Miss Hanley's 3rd grade classes
we had so much fun. They were such a great group of kids. They had a lot of questions. I showed them some videos. We got to talk about thunderstorms, tornadoes, hurricanes, and they had some really good questions. Some of them were really scientific, like, you know, why do we see hail in the summer even though hail is frozen and it's so warm in the summer? But I think one of my favorite practical questions was, where do you hide or where do you go to stay safe if there is flooding and a tornado at the same time? That's a really good question. It's, you know, not something that people usually think of when they're looking for their safe spot. So
I don't know the answer to that.
I was going to say, I have to tell me because I have no idea.
Well, I said I think that you should probably, you know, pay attention to the warnings ahead of time. Hopefully you know that this is coming, and go to maybe a church or a school or a public space that you're not worried about the basement flooding. Somewhere on higher ground maybe, but still with a safe spot for the tornado.
Good advice. And we're going to be talking more on our sister station later this week about severe weather.
About severe weather and how to stay safe this season.
So stay tuned for that. All right. Thanks, Rachel. A national restaurant chain hosting a Day of Giving. Still ahead, how a local charity is getting its fill of those profits.
But first, here's Jacob Peklo with what's coming up new tonight at 6.
With low voter turnout, President Obama is floating the idea of making voting mandatory. Coming up, we'll explore whether that's even a possibility here in the U.S.
Honda's the only company ever to win both the Indy 500
and a Supercross Racing Championship. They were also the first to come up with this, the Honda Dream Garage Sales Event, where you can get great deals on almost everything Honda makes, including the sporty Civic, named Best Value in its class. Get great deals on Civics right now!
The Honda Dream Garage Sales Event. Get a dream deal on a Civic with standard rear view camera. Now, at your Honda dealer.
They call it the town of smiles. But after a tornado tore through Eagle, Wisconsin, a silver lining seemed like too much to hope for. So it's worth mentioning that as Mary pedaled her bike between the fallen oak trees and over the hill, as she saw West Bend's mobile headquarters parked smack dab in front of a restaurant, she couldn't help herself. She was smiling. Maybe it was fate that caused us to park the responder right in that spot. Or maybe with every road in town blocked off, there was nowhere else to go. But as it turned out, it was exactly where Mary needed us to be. With power for the refrigeration units and 6 inches of water cleaned up, by 6 o'clock the next morning, Mary was serving her delicious meals to everyone in town. And as she wiped away her tears, Mary realized that the town of smiles was already on its way back. If you have something you can't afford to lose, ask your independent agent about the silver lining.
A leaky roof can cause huge damage. That's why the best roofs aren't expensive, they're priceless. Sundown Exteriors is a locally owned roofing company that uses all American made and owned products. Most of our jobs are completed in one day. We arrive when you're leaving for work and be packing away tools when you return. Our experienced crews can tackle any residential roofing project, leaving nothing behind but peace of mind. Call this spring for $500 off your next roofing project. Sundown Exteriors, the company you call when average doesn't nail it.
Camping season is almost here, and what better way to kick it off than with a new RV? Pontiac RV's Spring RV Super Sale, March 26th through the 29th, with over 350 new and pre-owned RVs on sale at one location. See Winnebago Motorhomes and catch huge discounts and factory rebates on major manufacturers like Coachman, Keystone RV, Forest River, and Tiffin Motorhomes. This week at Pontiac RV's Spring RV Super Sale.
Everything under the sun, Pontiac RV.
Grossinger Motors has just one thing in mind: delivering the Volkswagen you want at the price you want. We've added up all the savings and incentives, then price cut to sell. Right now, a new 2015 Volkswagen Jetta S is just $15,900. That's including 3 years, no charge scheduled maintenance. Plus, Grossinger Motors has $5,000 in savings on 2014s in stock. Stop in today or visit our website for over 250 deals to choose from. Only at Grossinger Motors, 1430 Fort Jesse Road in Normal and at GrossingerMotors.com.
Goods Furniture. Enjoy a delicious lunch in our wine cellar restaurant and enjoy a variety of soups, sandwiches, desserts, all made fresh daily. Goods Furniture, Kewanee, Illinois.
Taking action for you. This is WMBD 31 News at 5.
All right, a sub shop taking a bite out of its profits today, all to benefit Easter Seals. Jersey Mike's in East Peoria is participating in a day of giving. The restaurant will donate 100% of today's profits to Easter Seals of Central Illinois. This day of giving caps off the company's Month of Giving fundraising campaign. Customers were happy to see their money going to a good cause.
That is wonderful. It's a great organization to donate the money to. The cause goes for a great cause.
This is the 5th year for the nationwide campaign. Last year, the initiative raised $2.1 million for more than 100 local charities.
A New York woman is one of the first in the country to receive a life-saving heart device. It can lower the chance of stroke for patients with an irregular heart rhythm. Chris Van Cleve has a story.
You look great.
80-year-old Margaret Cienki is minutes away from getting a new device that will lower her risk of stroke.
I was advised it would be very good for me. I'm ready for whatever has to be done.
She has atrial fibrillation, which can throw the heart out of rhythm, putting her at greater risk for stroke. Her doctor recommended she try a new FDA-approved device called the Watchman.
The aorta was on this side.
Surgeons at Mount Sinai Hospital implanted the parachute-shaped device through a vein in the leg, closing off an area of the heart where blood clots form.
So any clots that would form there can't travel to the brain and cause a stroke.
The surgery is minimally invasive and only takes about 45 minutes.
AFib patients like Margaret usually have to take blood thinners to prevent clots, but that comes with problems like bleeding.
Elderly patients, when they have risk for falling, then of course they can hurt themselves particularly badly if they're on blood thinners.
Research shows the Watchman is very effective, so Margaret can stop taking blood thinners, a relief for her son.
Hopefully this will be the last procedure that she has to go through and she won't have to be on drugs anymore.
And doctors say the recovery is fairly quick. Margaret went home the next day. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, New York.
Patients with atrial fibrillation are at 5 times greater risk for stroke and a greater chance of having a more serious stroke.
2 of the biggest food companies in the nation becoming one. A look at what this means for you next.
You know, I get asked all the time, why should I lease? Well, how about the fact you'll never be upside down on your trade again? Or the fact you'll only pay tax on what you use? So how about a 2015 double cab Silverado 4x4 for just $380 a month? Or a crew cab Silverado 4x4 for just $465 a month? Now, maybe a truck isn't your style, so you want to do a 2015 Equinox for just $169 a month. And of course you still get the Green's Goods package, car washes and so much more. You've got to go green.
Save big at Menards. How big? 11% big. This big. Bigger. 11% bigger. With 11% make it brighter. No, 11% brighter. Softer? 11% softer. Save 11% on blocks. Every block. Save 11% on appliances. All appliances. Save 11% on paint. That's right, all the paint. From this to this, or even this. There's no end to the possibilities with an 11% rebate on your entire purchase. Hurry in for big savings.
More people choose Ford F-Series to help run their lives, run their construction crews, their farms, even run away. And F-150 is the truck that helps you run on all cylinders. That's why Ford F-Series has been America's best-selling truck 38 years running. And with one sold about every 42 seconds, you guessed it, they're running out fast.
Now get an F-150 with 0% financing for 60 months plus $1,500 trade assist or lease for only $269 a month.
I'm Tim Sowers of LD Ford. What does it really mean to say you're number one and truly be number one? Is it if you advertise the most? No. Is it if you have the most inventory? No. Is it if you promote prices that you can't back up but they sound really good? No. Or is it simply if you have the most experienced family-run dealership in the area that takes the best care of people, better than anyone else, and this family will do whatever it takes to earn your business? You tell me.
Lynn Chevrolet Buick proudly salutes man's best friend's best friend, the Chevy Silverado. Your tailgate troubadour and protector of the passenger seat can smell a great deal miles away, like the ones at Lynn Chevrolet Buick. Right now, you can save $10,100 on this new Silverado pickup. Follow the nose that knows a great deal to the big trucks and little prices at Lynn Chevrolet Buick or online at lynnchevroletbuick.com.
Here's what you can see tonight on WMBD 31. Taking action for you. This is WMBD 31 News at 5.
Two of America's largest and most iconic food companies are becoming one. H.J. Heinz Company is buying Kraft Foods.
The move will create one of the largest food and beverage companies in the world. Matt Kozar has more from New York.
Doesn't your mom buy you Heinz?
No. H.J. Heinz, the company best known for its 57 varieties of food, will add many more when it buys another iconic name, Kraft Foods. The new Kraft Heinz Company will include well-known brands like Jell-O, Oscar Mayer, Ore-Ida, and Maxwell House. Kraft Heinz will become the third largest food and beverage company in North America. Heinz will own 51%. Kraft shareholders will get stock and a special dividend. Analysts say consumers likely won't notice much of a difference. The merger itself should be smooth.
There are so many great efficiencies by merging two companies that are already pretty much in the same business.
Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway and Brazilian investment firm 3G Capital snapped up Heinz 2 years ago. They're engineering this sale and plan to invest $10 billion in the new company. Buffett said in a written statement, "This is my kind of transaction," and added that he's excited by the opportunities for what this new combined organization will achieve. It's anticipated the sale will be finalized later this year. Matt Kozar for CBS News, New York.
The deal still needs the green light from shareholders and federal regulators. The boards of both companies have already unanimously approved it.
Having trouble maintaining the speed limit? If so, Ford may have the car for you. The automaker says its newest S-Max car features technology that scans traffic signs and adjusts the throttle to keep drivers within speed limits. Drivers can temporarily override the system by pressing firmly on the accelerator. Ford says the technology will be available worldwide. Now, we want to know what you think. Should our cars be able to control how fast we go? Chad says won't sell many of them, but they might be a big hit for parents buying for teenage drivers. Jessica says, I'd never get anywhere on time. Now you can head over to our WMBD 31 Facebook page and tell us what you have to say.
And speaking of Facebook, the social media site is launching a new feature. It's called On This Day. It resurfaces old photos and status updates that users posted any number of years ago. Users must subscribe to the service.
I'm not sure I want to know what happened.
I know, I don't think so. Could be bad.
More rain could be on the way. Rachel has your final look at the forecast next.
When you set out to find new roads, you pioneer connectivity, champion efficiency, elevate form, reinvent a category. And you attract a lot of attention. Chevrolet, the most awarded car company over the last year.
Right now, get 0% APR financing for 6 years plus $500 purchase bonus cash on this 2015 Cruze.
See Ray Dennison Chevrolet in Pekin for this great deal.
So is my bill going to be the same as this estimate?
Good question. Actually, it's going to be $200 more.
But...
Okay, let's try something new.
Hi, is my bill going to be the same as this estimate?
We guarantee it.
Pinky swear?
Pinky swear.
At Aspen Dental, we're not just fixing teeth, we're fixing dentistry by guaranteeing that the price we quote you is the price you pay. Call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL.
Appliances just, they don't break at opportune times. They break when you're the busiest and you need them the most. And that's where Sherman's next day delivery comes in. You know, we carry GE and Whirlpool and Samsung, tons of big brands, but so do a lot of places. What sets Sherman's apart is how many we've got in stock in the back room ready to get to you tomorrow. Because it doesn't do any good to go into a store that has 500 appliances to choose from if it's going to take you a week to get them. We'll have a new one working in your home tomorrow.
Liberty Village provides therapy for seniors following an injury or illness. Our Bounce Back Rehabilitation services help alleviate pain, restore function, and improve mobility. Bounce Back at Liberty Village. Rehab, recover, and return home.
It's Ram Truck Month, and no one sells more Ram trucks in Illinois than Sam Lehman of Morton. Right now, get a new 2015 Ram Quad Cab 4-door for just $22,990. Plus, at Sam Lehman of Morton, save $7,000 on 2015 Chrysler 200s. Or drive a brand new minivan for only $17,990 or $259 per month with zero down. Looking for a new Jeep? 2015 Jeeps now only $13,990 or $199 per month with zero down. But only at the #1 Ram dealer in Illinois, Sam Lehman of Morton.
Get answers to your home improvement questions on CIProud.com. Replace those drafty old windows with vinyl windows from Peoria Siding and Window. Your home is your castle, so visit your home network on CIProud.com.
So we've had a Tempur-Pedic for a while, but now that we have the adjustable base, it's even better.
What? What is this? The foot thing lifts?
Get a $200 instant rebate good toward accessories, frames, delivery, or add-ons with select Tempur-Pedic purchases. Plus, get 0% APR for 4 years.
Wait, where are you going? Love my bed. Oh, I love my bed.
Visit Mattress Firm, America's #1 Tempur-Pedic retailer today, and sleep happy tonight.
Follow WMBD 31 News wherever you are on CIProud.com, Facebook, Twitter, or our mobile app.
Taking action for you. This is WMBD 31 News at 5.
We've got scattered rain chances tonight. Nothing too heavy or major. In fact, on the 8-day outlook, we've got a couple of rain chances, but those are both pretty light, so not too bad ahead.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you here at 6.